All right, welcome back to the FloGrappling show. This is, I guess, a little Christmas special here. You know, a couple days before Christmas. But as always, I'm Trey Robinson. We got Uncle Reed over here, and then very special guest, the prodigal son himself, Nicky Ryan. Everybody, give it up for Nicky Ryan. Let's go.
Thanks for coming back, Nicky.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. Good to be back.
Repeat guest. There's only been a select few of repeat guests here
really?
on the, I guess, whatever this show is. Yeah. But yeah, and you're one of them.
Nice.
So can you talk about why this is your favorite podcast?
Yeah.
Why this is your favorite Jiu-Jitsu podcast?
And it's definitely a lot better than the Simple Man podcast.
Oh, damn. No, your original appearance, at that time it was called the ADCC Update Show. We rebranded the FloGrappling Show. But where you came on, we Pop Zyns, and then I think did a little carpet jiu-jitsu. I think that's our most viewed podcast. It has like 30K views, which normally we're more like 5 to 10K or so on a good podcast. And yeah, yours popped off to 30K. What do you think it was?
I don't know. I mean, it's probably the controversy around the Zyns.
Yeah, true.
Either people absolutely love it or they hate it. They're like, you're just a terrible influence on children.
Do you get a lot of backlash now about the Zen stuff? A little bit of both?
To be honest, it was really the only backlash I've gotten was really that podcast.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I was very surprised, honestly, because most of the time, like, man, almost like any jiu-jitsu event I go to, I'm having at least one person asking me to sign their Zen can now.
Yeah.
So like most people love it. Yeah.
That's crazy.
I do remember after you beat JT at Who's Number One, a bunch of like kids came running up with their sin cans.
Yeah, definitely. What about the podcast did it, I guess? That's kind of crazy to hear that it stemmed from that podcast.
It wasn't really like anything on my page and stuff, but I was like reading the comments on the Flow thing. I was like, wow,
gotcha.
I cannot believe that this many people are that upset about it.
Yeah, maybe it's a crossover. More of the Flow fans, I guess, aren't as big into
more wholesome.
Yeah, because I was about to say I've seen a lot of positive feedback on Craig promoting hard drugs, and I'm like, dang, Nicky Ryan's getting.
I know. I even saw like people who were big fans of like Craig in the comments talking like smack about it. And I'm just like, what? How does that work?
Whoa. Calm it down.
Craig somehow can just get away with anything and people are just going to love it.
No, dude, I feel like I was saying that the other day to somebody. Like, one of the keys to life is just getting away with it, just like being able to get away with stuff. Like, oh, maybe I'm not the best actually at my job, but like I can get away with it,
Yeah.
Craig, God tier, gets away with it. It's like to an impressive level.
It's insane. Like, if I were to say the same things Craig says online, I would immediately get canceled.
Yeah, you're crazy. But in that last podcast, we had a gift for you, and I got another gift for you, so I'm gonna go grab it real quick.
Nice.
Do you have a guess of what it is?
Probably more Zyns, I'm assuming.
Hopefully your feed starts, getting some more positivity on it there this time around instead of the negativity. But
all right. So this is a two-part gift. Okay. All right. Not all of it is for you to keep, but a lot of it is. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and bust it out here.
I'm going to be honest with you, Nicky. The boys, the crew here, since you've come on the podcast, we've become a little bit addicted to the nicotines and especially the Zyns.
I'm happy to hear that.
I haven't, though. My mom watches this, and she got kind of upset with me about doing the nicotine with you, and she asked me not to do that anymore. So, Mom,
oh my God,
honestly, Mom, just like turn off this episode.
Yeah, this isn't an episode for you.
All right, these are the ones for you. The Zen Sixers. We had to give you the classics.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Can't
little
beat
Christmas
those.
Gifts. Honestly, the best Christmas gift I could get.
Merry Christmas. There you go.
Yeah, there we
Already
go.
got the best gift you can get.
Yep, those are direct from Santa himself. So he said Nicky Ryan's been a good boy this year, so he gets just a stack of Zen Sixes.
Perfect.
But how does the flavors rank there?
They're good. Coffee is right where it should be on top.
Okay.
And then I would say I like spearmint more than cool mint, but all the mint ones are almost the same.
Okay, good. The one I don't like is wintergreen, to be honest with you.
Really, I think wintergreen's probably my favorite mint one.
Gotcha. Wintergreen to me, just like, that's like too closely associated with chew, like actual like Copenhagen or something.
Okay, I've never done that.
I haven't either, but just like, I don't know, something about it grosses me out. I'm not sure. But then we got these ones, all right, and we have a selection here of different nicotine pouches. Mm-hmm. All right, so ranging from Zen 3 milligrams, which is kind of, whatever. That's child's play for a guy like you these days. Then we have these Lucy breakers. I think we have 8 milligram and maybe 4 milligram.
Yeah.
All right, and then down the line, we have these things called seshes. You ever had a sesh?
No.
Sesh to me might be top tier. Really? I'm a sesh guy, but we got 4 and 6s of the sesh. Then we have the on or on exclamation point, 8 milligram, a snooze. I don't even know the milligram. It just says Frost Large. Those are the ones I'm most suspect of.
Yeah.
And then this one is the first time I saw this one, the Dip DYP Spearmint 12 milligram.
Yeah, that is just a complete rip off of Zyn.
You don't trust it, huh?
Yeah.
You don't
Exact same. I mean, who knows? It could just be pretty much a Zyn 12 milligram because they don't have 12s.
True. Yeah, good point. No, I would be more likely to bet that it is a ripoff, and someone was just like, let me just get something with the same Y and, whatever. But this is what I'm thinking. If you're down, do you want to cycle through these and like every so many minutes we can switch them out and we could then rank all of these by the end of this?
Yes.
Or which one you like the most?
We can try that for sure.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. All right, let's give it up again for the Christmas episode.
Yes.
Yeah.
Christmas episode, Nicky Ryan. Heck yeah, man.
All right, so I guess this will just be going on throughout. So
Okay, yeah.
for anybody listening, we have a few things planned. We're going to try and maybe watch some stuff with Nicky, talk about the current state of jiu-jitsu, everything going on, and then we're going to do some tier lists, where we rank potentially the best submissions or the best guards in jiu-jitsu, one of those, maybe both. But yeah, let's crack one of these and get going with the nicotine, I guess, first. Which do you want to try first? Are any of these you've already tried?
I've done the Zyns and I've done Lucy's.
Oh.
Have you done the breakers? The Lucy breakers?
No, I don't know.
So the only difference there is the breaker, it has a little ball in it where you like crunch it with your teeth and then the flavor kind of like explodes.
Oh, no, I've never.
All right, let's go Lucy Breaker then.
All right.
What we got?
Started off with an 8 milligram
Okay.
Lucy breaker.
Okay.
All right. This is mint. So you can see the little ball in there. That's like you'll just kind of crack that with your teeth.
Okay, wow. That's interesting. I've never.
Right, this is crazy.
Yeah.
I actually, I went home to Rhode Island. I'm from Rhode Island, actually. And I went home to Rhode Island over the summer for a minute. And, I was just chilling, and I had some Zyns with me, Zyn 3s. And, I was just, like, at the airport or whatever. And some guy came up to me, and he was like, yo, are those Zyns? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, let me get one. And I was like, hell yeah, brother.
Yeah.
And I opened it up, and I passed it to him, and he goes, never mind. I only do 6s.
Oh, my God. That's hilarious.
He like just big dogged me super hard.
Yeah.
He was like, nah, never mind. I don't do the 3s. I only do 6s.
Yes, that's amazing. Yeah, I always bond well with somebody. If ever a random person like similar situation sees me with a Zyn pack and they're like super excited about it, it's awesome.
Yeah. First impressions here of the Lucy Breaker.
I like it. That's interesting. I was like, I have no idea how hard to bite down. Is it supposed to make a pop? And then I heard the pop, and I was like, oh wow. But I like it. Yeah, I like the normal Lucy's. They're good. There's actually, we have an argument at B Team of which is better, either Lucy's or Zyns. I still prefer Zyns, but Lucy's are like right behind it.
Really?
In my opinion, yeah.
Wow. I kind of think, I'll be honest with you. What milligram Lucy's are you doing?
I think I've tried. They have 12s, right? I think.
I know they have 4 and 8. They probably have like a 12 or something.
Or maybe it was 8. I think maybe it's 8.
This one's an 8. I will say we did the 4 like the other day, and they don't hit the same, to be honest.
Yeah, the different brands hit so differently, man.
Like Zyn is like a rocket ship. It just takes you there immediately, and you're like, okay, let me strap in,
Yeah.
But like Lucy's are a little more of a slow burn. The Sesh, I feel like, is like such like the best gradual, like you can put that in, play Call of Duty, and just be good for hours.
Yeah,
it's kind of like how I feel.
Okay,
I like that. The Zyn is like it's a little bit too to the mountaintop.
Yeah, there's times where I do too many 6 milligram back to back especially when I'm gaming, and I'm just like, wow, I need to step away and lay down for a minute, or I'm gonna throw up.
Fair enough. But all right, let's. I guess we could keep this in for like 10 minutes or so. We'll try, let's jump into some jiu-jitsu while this is a nicotine podcast.
Yes.
We fill the gaps with jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's why we had to have special guest Nicky Ryan on.
Yeah.
But this is we talked about this before the show. This is a closed guard smother. It happened at AIGA. AIGA did one of their recent events in Kazakhstan. You gonna get in on any AIGA action?
AIGA, possibly. I mean, I would really only do it if like B Team kind of made their own team, I think.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a super interesting event, super fun to watch.
And you haven't seen this, right?
I have not seen this closed guard smother now.
You just want to take a look back at some of the crazy things that happened. Plenty of crazy things that happened this year in jiu-jitsu, of course. Mm-hmm. But this one crazy one that happened pretty recently here on the AIGA stage.
Which guy at this point do you think is going to get it?
Who's winning?
I mean, definitely the guy on top's winning. There's no doubt that the guy on top's winning.
Yeah, true.
And he's in much more of a position to smother, but I feel like it's going to end up being the guy on bottom.
All right. This is a little bit of a call an ambulance, but not for me situation. Yeah, so this was, like we said, kind of went down in the Kazakhstan Asian qualifiers for AIGA.
Yeah.
AIGA is a fun event, though, to be honest. All the team stuff is like kind of the coolest stuff, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think it's the most spectator friendly for sure.
Yeah.
And it's fun for the athletes too to kind of go there as a team.
Just wraps him up, dude.
Just wraps him up. I'm surprised he started rolling. That's insane.
It's kind of nuts.
Look how devastated he is too.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely also be devastated.
All right.
He gets the closed guard and just pummels his hand in, and just wraps that head up.
Yeah,
That's
like
insane.
I don't support calling the smother mother's milk. I just think weird term. But like in this situation, this is the one time where I'm like, okay, maybe mother's milk is a little more fitting.
Yeah, it definitely fits there. That's very surprising. I get so angry. I'd be so angry if someone tried to do that to me in training. To be honest.
Yeah.
Like that's immediately double palm to the face, and I'm just shoving his chin away,
gouging your eyes out.
Yeah, like that's the intensity of the roll is gonna go up if someone tries that on me in training.
So no one's hit that on you in training?
No, I've yet to be smothered in training. Yes, yeah.
Wow. Me too, unless anybody has tape.
From top or bottom then, huh?
J-Rod has tried it quite a few times, but I've always been able to get out. He's had a few tight ones on me. He's had a tight one, like, it started in mount, and he was just so focused on the smother that I bridged him over, and he did end up in bottom close guard with it, and it was still tight, but I just, double palm push on the face, and it kind of kills it a bit.
I feel like with the smother, like you just have to if someone gets it like actually tight on you, like you're like, oh my god, this is bad. You have to like overcome that initial panic.
Yeah.
And just like as long as you can just like turn the slightest bit, it's like you're fine. But it's like you do have to like in this one, I saw in the comments like a lot of people were talking smack and everything. Like, how is this guy gonna get finished? And one dude was like, he's like, imagine that guy just like took an exhale and the dude caught him on an exhale and then just panicked. And I was like, that's actually fair point. Like I could see that very well, just being like, oh my god, I'm freaking out. Like
no, for sure, you have to stay calm. Actually, a funny story that happened the other day in training with Nicky Ryan. So Nicky Ryan is teaching Dar's defense, right? And this is a terrible idea. It did end up working out for him, but he taught a whole class on Dar's defense, and then he's like, you know what? In front of the class, he's like, anybody want to try and Darce me? And they start in a fully locked Darce, and he gets out of a few, and they're like super tight. But after it was a very good defense. Like he got out every single time, but he's like, the main thing is just kind of, you just got to stay calm. You can't panic in there. And then after like the whole class goes to like training and stuff, I'm like, you know what? Let me try and Darce you. And I'm pretty sure we have this on film. It'll probably come out on the B Team YouTube channel. But this is right after he's like, you got to stay calm, not panic. I have Nicky Ryan in a fully locked Darce for like 2 minutes, and it's just like getting like tighter and tighter. My arms are starting to get tired, and then at one point he just completely panics and freaks out and just starts like spazzing out, trying to push my elbow and stuff. It was like immediately after he talked about not panicking. It was hilarious.
But he got out?
He did get out.
He got
out every time. I tried to Darce Jay. He did the same escape, and he got out. I was actually surprised.
Dang. So there's this unstoppable Darce defense in the B Team room right now, huh?
I was honestly very surprised. I thought like Nicky Rod's, a lot bigger than me. I was like, God, maybe I'll be able to get it. Also, like Darce's, I'm not very good at Darce's. But I was like, J-Rod, I'll definitely be able to submit in a fully locked Darce, and he still managed to get out.
Was Ethan there? Because I feel like that might have been a good class for him to check out. Or...
Yeah, Ethan.
I'm just kidding, Ethan. I'm kidding.
He deserves that Lucy Breaker.
I'm kidding. Yeah.
No, Ethan deserves the strays. All right.
What do you think? Like Ruotolo versus Nicky Rod, fully locked Darce. Do you think this defense would get him out of it?
Man, that's a tough one, dude. their arms are so long that it's so hard to put pressure on their grip.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, there's quite a big size difference, so he might be able to. Honestly, I mean, he got out of J-Rod. Jay's got a really good Dars, and he's got long arms too. And I feel like
Nicky Rod just seems like kind of like how you described. If it comes down to it, and it is time to panic and just be 230 freaking pure twisted steel, like he could just like freak out and be like, no, get it off of me, like you know. So, but I don't know. Ruotolo that's a deadly Dars.
Yeah, that is, man. That's probably the deadliest Dars in the sport, to be honest. Man, that's a good test. That's tough. They might be able to finish him.
Wow.
All right.
So honestly, sort of like the ultimate flex to start in a fully locked on submission. I feel like when you get to be a black belt, like you kind of have to like try that out a couple times.
Yeah, for sure.
At least, but like the ultimate flex is starting in a full locked on choke or something like that.
Yeah, I was like, he like announced it to the class. He's like, anybody raise their hand, they want to Dars me. And I immediately looked to Ethan and I'm like, this is a terrible idea. Like, what if he just gets submitted? That looks awful. But
all the visitors are like, dude, I went to B team and Nicky Rod got put out 3 times with the Dars. He wouldn't tap.
Yeah. I actually had that happen too, where people like will start in fully locked submissions, not in front of the class, but you know, one guy would be like hard to strangle, and then they'll be like, oh, can you do it? And we'll start in fully locked submissions, and then they just don't tap and go unconscious. And I'm just like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of going out. I've actually never went out. I'll tap. I'll tap quick.
Oh, yeah. I've never gone. I've definitely been close. I'm another person that's pretty hard to strangle, and I've never gone out. I've actually had Jay have me in a fully locked rear naked for like 3 minutes and not be able to finish, and I get out.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
There was recently...
Thick neck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because I've always been hard to strangle, and initially when I was smaller back at Henzo's, I literally used to. This was back when Damien was like kind of almost just starting out, like blue belt pretty much. I literally would let Damien lock up a fully locked rear naked, and I wouldn't use my hands or anything and not defend, and he would just gas out before he's able to strangle me. And everybody's like, oh, it's because he has a thin neck. And now that I got bigger, everybody's like, oh, it's because he's got a thick neck. And I don't think that my neck size has anything to do with it.
What do you think caused that? Because it's just a true thing that some people are just harder to strangle. I'm obviously nowhere on that tier, but I do think like I can just eat a submission more so than most just random hobbyists can just eat a submission. Like, you know.
Yeah, I honestly have no idea what causes it, but there are just some people out there who are just very difficult to strangle.
Yeah.
If you don't panic, like I guess maybe some people just
maybe that's it. Maybe people panic more.
Yeah, panic a little bit.
Yeah, or they just don't really know like the tolerance that they have when they're gonna go out, so they just tap. But I honestly have no idea.
I guess there is an aspect to that where sometimes you do got to push yourself and just see like, okay, can I actually just like sit here in this rear naked or like in the gi, like a collar choke sometimes, you know, and just like, actually this sucks really bad. Like my head hurts, but like I am breathing a little. I feel not too bad, you know, like.
Yeah. A lot of it's just kind of, like sticking it out.
Yeah. I feel like Craig is a guy who I've seen him just, I mean, you don't see him in bad positions very often, but like in his like little seminar rolling videos and stuff, it's like, oh my God, how is Craig just like enduring this to then
He doesn't do it with strangles, but he definitely does it with leg locks. Like like that man has such weird ankles. It's insane. Like I'll get a fully locked straight ankle, and I have a pretty good straight ankle.
Yeah.
And he just sits there, and I'm just like, I cannot finish it.
Wow.
Yeah.
You want to, so this is a new question we're going to start asking all of our guests, all right? I'm moving on into our next topic. Yeah. I guess also, how about a Lucy Breaker update? How's the breaker hit?
I like it. That's good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is what, like a berry flavor or something?
This one's mint.
Oh, this one's mint.
Yeah,
okay. What do I know?
This is our featured Nick right here. I'll keep it right here so everyone at home can
follow along.
Can do nicotine along with us and stay up to date. Reed brought 2 cups in case he had to throw up.
Yeah.
Well, man, I'm going to try to stay true here on this whole podcast. I'm not taking it out unless Nicky takes it out.
Yeah.
So we'll see how.
I'll need a little break in between.
How quick do you think we should move along? Do you think we should keep this in for some more? Do you want to switch
I think
up?
probably spit this one out now. Take like a few minute break, and then we'll go to the next one.
All right. If you say so, Nicky. You know, I could have gone a couple more minutes.
Yeah, I didn't even feel it.
I didn't flinch, but
whatever. I guess that's cool.
But yeah, I feel like I used to watch videos of like BJ Penn and like John Fitch and like Dave Camarillo doing that. Like when I was like a white belt, blue belt, and like I would see them start with like fully locked on submissions, and I just thought I was like the craziest craziest thing in the entire world. Like,
it's an awesome move. Like it is a cool move.
No, it is for sure.
I like to think about the process of getting there with Nicky Rod doing this class, of him just slowly kind of ramping up and being like, yeah, actually, yeah, no, nobody here could submit me. Does anybody want to try? Try. Literally come try. And now it turns into an hour of just him getting.
Well, it's like I can't submit him with a fully Lockdown Dar, and now I got to start in like open guard. Come on.
Yeah, for sure.
But okay, so got a question for you. All right, this is a hard-hitting jiu-jitsu question.
Real thinker.
We'll start with, if you had a clone of yourself, a direct one-to-one clone of Nicky Ryan, do you think you would be able to submit yourself?
Oh, that's a good question. So
you both know the exact same, it's direct one-to-one.
I'd probably be able to catch myself.
You think so?
Not consistently, but probably, yeah.
Okay, like 10 rolls. How many times you think?
Maybe like 2. I think maybe 2 times, yeah.
Now is that?
I think I might be able to like outside heel hook myself.
Really?
Just catch it?
Counter leg lock maybe or something yourself? Just caught yourself slipping?
Yeah, I think I might be able to either outside heel hook myself or straight ankle myself.
All right, 2 out of 10 times. So now I guess that poses the question, do you think are you lacking in submission, or are you really good at escapes and defense?
I'm also very good at defending, yeah. I think, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's going to know all your weaknesses.
Yeah, that's also
He's going to know all your strengths, too.
It's a tough question.
What about passing your own guard? Do you think you could pass your own guard?
Right now, yeah. I'm too big right now, for sure. My guard's not as flexible as it used to be. I'm pretty overweight right now. I'm like probably close to like 190 right now.
Hey, it's the holidays.
It's the holidays.
Yeah.
Right now, for sure, I'd probably be able to pass my own guard.
Me and Nicky pushing 190 together.
170-ish, it'd be a lot harder.
Yeah. Reed pushing 190. That's the same weight division. All right. That's a fun question though, huh?
No,
We've been thinking about starting to ask everybody that, see what they think.
Yeah.
I don't think I could submit myself.
Yeah.
And that's just from sheer like lack of finishing mechanics and like ability to submit,
Yes, yeah. I mean, a lot of my passing too kind of comes off of like baiting leg entanglements to try and go into like wedging back takes and stuff. So I feel like I might catch myself in a leg lock.
But I feel like if you bait leg entanglements on yourself, you'll probably just enter the legs on yourself, right?
Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, okay.
Leg lock myself. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I feel like I don't know enough submissions to submit myself, you know?
Yeah.
And, I got a little bit of that Nicky Rod dog in me, too. So if I just started coming at me, trying to submit me, I might just freak out and whoop my own ass,
Yeah, for sure.
All right, cool.
But if you started with a fully locked Darce on yourself?
I would get out because my Darce is not that good.
Hell yeah. There you go. Okay.
Oh, all right. There you have it.
Yeah.
Nicky Rod could submit himself, or Nicky Ryan could submit himself 2 out of 10 times.
Yes.
All right. Merry Christmas.
What do you think? What do you think everyone else at B Team would say? Do you think they could submit themselves or no?
Nicky Rod, he'd probably
refuse to say he would lose to himself.
Yes,
Nicky Rod would beat the shit out of himself.
Yes, that's 100% what his response would be. Damien, probably. Wow, man, that Lucy got me a little lightheaded.
Oh.
Damien, I don't think he'd be able to submit himself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ethan,
I mean, if you just look at his style and how crazy it is, I'm sure he'd be able to catch something for sure.
Yeah.
And then Craig would absolutely be able to submit himself.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Fair enough. What's
10 times out of 10.
Yeah, I think Craig would submit himself 10 times out of 10.
It might go back and forth though. It might be like 5 and 5, like 5 for Craig, 5 for the clone.
Yes. Yeah.
So I guess just, moving on, like what's been going on at B Team? Like what's kind of some of the new guys there? I feel you guys are you got this new crop. Like I know Nickmati, he's been kind of killing it and stuff.
Man,
Is there,
yeah,
who's the new crew at B Team we should be watching?
Yeah, Nickmati, man, it's crazy how quickly he got good, man. He's one of my toughest rounds in the gym, to be honest. I duck him on a daily basis because I just don't want to train that hard. But yeah, Nickmati is definitely like one of the biggest up and comers. I mean, he just had a crazy match against Ronaldo.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Nickmati is like a newly promoted brown belt going against, a black belt world champion.
Yep.
And man, he looked really, really good in regulation. He was able to take him down. He was able to pass his guard. He didn't secure the pass, but he definitely got past the legs into side control. And then Ronaldo ended up regarding. And then the main thing is he just kind of got tired towards the end. You know, Ronaldo's got an insane pace, and he did a really good job with the hand fighting. So Ronaldo did end up winning. But yeah, I would say Nickmati, he just won actually $1,000 on the BJJ World Championship thing. So I think he had like 3 subs, won the whole event. So he's really good. Another really good up and comer we have is Roman, man, another kid that's also super good. He's kind of broken out a bit less than Mattia, but he's really good. He had a super close match with AJ Agazarm at Trials, was like so close to winning. He got to his back and everything, but the body triangle was off-centered, so he didn't get a score for it. But yeah, he's also
That's
another.
brutal.
Yes, yeah. But Roman's another really good one, man.
Nice. I see Ali Wolski's been on the scene a lot lately, right?
Yeah,
I see her pop up everywhere now.
Yeah, Ali's getting a lot better as well. You know, she's had a few breakout performances on WNO. Had a great performance. Was able to catch a sub and stuff. So she's getting a lot better. There's this other guy Jake too at our gym who's really good. He doesn't really compete that often, but he's super tough.
Gotcha.
And then and one more person too is this guy Corbin. He's like more Nicky Rod size, but he has like a small man's game. He plays guard, leg locks, Troy bars, inversions, things like that. And I think Corbin could be like very, very good. He's already very good, but I think he could be world class for sure.
Nice. Got the next little crew coming up through B Team. How is it having a gym now where you kind of you have you guys as established, good, like the elite top tier guys like that, and now seeing some of these dudes start come up through the ranks and everything. Is that kind of wild to be in that place? And
yeah, man. I mean, it's just nice to see students, like take it super seriously. They're there every day, they're training hard every day, and then just to see them progress and get better, man. It's a great feeling as a coach, and I'm just super happy to see it. And I think the main thing for these new up and comers is even me personally, I still struggle with competing. I definitely don't compete to the best of my abilities, and I also think that that's a problem with some of the up and comers. Like I think if Nickmati competed the same way that he trained, man, like he's already world class level and would beat a lot of these elite level guys. But it's just a matter of getting that experience,
For sure. Reed's kind of got his match with Ian Butler on Who's Number One pulling up here.
Oh, yes.
We want to show that ever to the fans watching at home. But yeah, this was his WNO debut.
Yes, yeah. This is like his first big event, to be honest. Yeah.
Is he a big Kimura guy? Or?
He hits Kimuras. I think he's the most dangerous from the back, though, man. His back finishes are crazy. Like, he's one of the only guys in the gym that can actually finish Ethan if he starts on his back. Ethan, hey man, that man has such a weird body type, and his waist is so thin, it's like hard to control him and stop turning escapes. But yeah, Nickmati is like one of the only guys that's able to do it. And yeah, he hits a nice Kimura. He also hit a nice little judo throw in this match as well. Mm-hmm. But yeah, man, he's it's crazy how good he is, especially on the feet. His passing's really good too, man. I would say maybe one of the only things that he needs to develop a bit more is his guard, but I mean, it's not that much of an issue because he's so hard to put down and hold down.
Yeah, he's also a dude who honestly just looks like a pro grappler. It's like some dudes just kind of don't, and some dudes do. Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, this dude could be pretty sick.
Looks good getting off the bus.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, yeah, his physique is insane. He looks like a bodybuilder when he takes his shirt off. It's crazy. And another crazy thing too is he has a full-time job.
Oh, really?
It's not even like he's just the only thing he has to do is training. Like I think he's like a PT. And yeah, he
a jiu-jitsu guy with a full-time job.
I know, it's surprising.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You sure?
I know. I'm like,
okay.
It's insane how good he got while also having a full-time job, man.
Are you watching a lot of jiu-jitsu like this year? Just kind of like, obviously there's a lot of jiu-jitsu happened and everything. Are you watching a lot, or are you staying pretty close, keyed in on everything, or what's?
I don't pay too close attention. If there's some crazy matches, I watch them. Like I made sure to watch Dorian and Luke Griffith.
Oh yeah,
man, I heard that happen, and I'm just like, what?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Dorian ended up getting the win.
I know, man. That's crazy. I did not expect that. Dorian just has a crazy pace, and I guess it's. I mean, man, it's hard for me as a 77er to keep up with that pace when he used to train with us, and I'm sure the big guys also are gonna have more of an issue with that.
Mm-hmm.
Nice little Uchimata he hits there, right into his knee cut. That's his best pass is his knee cut, man. He just like blows through guards.
Love the knee cut.
Yeah, there's nothing better than just like a sick knee cut.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, he's really good at it. I don't even, myself personally, I don't have like a good knee cut like that style. I kind of do more of like my brother's style of like kind of camping in that knee cut or split squat position.
Mm-hmm.
He's more like Nicky Rod style where he just kind of blasts it and gets through the guard.
Hucks it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Should we throw in another one? You ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready for another one.
Heck yeah. Where are we going next?
I guess we don't really need to do the Zen 3s. I feel like those are, that's common man.
Done those,
nicotine already. So I'll move those over here, but I'll keep the rankings going, I guess, as we go. So I'll put the Lucy Breaker in first place right now down here.
Okay.
And then our next up, we'll do a sesh. We'll do the Mint 6 with the sesh. Now, oh man, we only got one left. All right, we'll give you this. Do you want the 6 or the 4s?
I'll do it. It don't matter. Whatever you.
I'll give you the 6 as the honored guest, so you can have that one. And then me and Reed will throw in some 4s. You want wintergreen or mango?
I guess I'll go with the mango. Something a little different.
All right.
Here's I just pulled up the this is from ADCC's YouTube channel of Dorian versus Luke, and here you can see Luke's.
This is crazy.
Luke's got the
really locked her naked, man. I mean, it was like a bit off for sure, but
Luke's so big right here. Like, look, like,
dude,
looks like he's
just eating,
crushing him.
It's crazy when you think about this, right? And then you think about Hamzat versus Whitaker. You see this size difference, and Dorian's jaw doesn't break, his teeth don't cave in, and then Hamzat and Whitaker, who are like the same size, and literally half a second, his teeth just cave in.
Yeah,
it's got to be insane to think about how strong Hamzat must be to be able to do that.
I saw an interview with Whitaker afterwards too, where he said that like for a long time he's just been able to like click his like front teeth, so like he'd had something kind of like a little wrong with his front.
Okay, I was gonna say, man, because like I honestly I was like, wow, Whitaker just quit that fast, like he just tapped like. Get me wrong, it's a tight strangle. Yeah, it's like a tight strangle, but it's like, in a that big of a fight, you try and stick it out. I was like, he just quit that fast, and then I saw the picture after, and I was like, oh my god, okay, he did not quit. He definitely rightfully tapped.
Yeah, and he said he'd been able to for like years be able to kind of like click back and forth his like kind of front teeth.
That makes more sense, because I was like, how did he just do that fast?
Yeah, this was a crazy match right here in Austin too. Two guys who are training in Austin now.
Yeah, that's a super impressive win for Dorian, man. I mean, look at that size.
That's crazy, yeah.
And it's not like Luke Griffith is bad or anything. He's got some huge wins, great performance at ADCC.
Yeah.
Really good, really technical guy. So it's crazy that Dorian was able to pull that off.
I feel like you're right though. You brought up like the pacing thing, and it is kind of just like, because that is how the match goes. Luke comes out, obviously gets his back, starts crushing his jaw like you would expect.
Yeah.
But I can't believe Dorian ate it. But then he just starts putting the pace on him, and it's like, all right, it's kind of over with from there.
Yeah, I mean, if like 66 guys, like if the big guys can't get him out or control him for extended periods of time, they're going to get tired a lot quicker than he will. Yeah. Like the 66 every weight division is going to struggle to keep up with Dorian's pace. So especially the heavier guys, if they can't like control him for extended periods of time or get him out quick, it's going to be a problem.
This is so crazy that he got out of this, because like you kind of can be choked through your jaw. It's like
absolutely. I would say like 95% of my strangles from the back are over the jaw.
Yeah.
I mean, you can definitely finish them like this, but it is ideal to kind of have the elbow in line with the chin. So that's probably why he didn't get the full finish. Dorian kind of turned so that it was more like on the forearm/wrist. You can still finish it, but it makes it a lot more difficult.
Gotcha. Yeah, and then once he finally gets out, then Dorian just kind of does the Dorian thing, you know, just like keeps the pace going.
Yeah.
This is crazy. What a crazy sport where you can see something like this happen, you know? Like like the size difference is like is nuts. Like watching this.
I mean, this is like one of the only sports with, you know, like absolute divisions. You don't really see absolute divisions in wrestling or anything like that.
Yeah. If you had to pin down the coolest thing about jiu-jitsu, I know it's a hard question, but what do you think is just like the quintessential, like, this is why jiu-jitsu is so sick? Like, this is the coolest thing.
Honestly, I think this is a great example of it. Just like a small guy being able to just, you know, like, I mean, not manhandle in this situation, but like, you know, manhandle a bigger untrained person, you know?
For sure. Imagine some dude picks a fight with Dorian, some big dude at a bar. Like,
I know, it'd be a bad day. I mean, he does like MMA and stuff too, so it'd be a really bad day for them.
For sure.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's like, I don't know, I remember especially when I was like a kid and like when I was like 125 pounds and like thinking it's so cool to be able to just beat up, you know, a 200-pound grown man on the mats, you know? Like I thought that was pretty cool when I was coming up.
Because back in the day, you used to roll with some like big juiced up guys. I remember back in the Enzo room. There's always some huge dudes.
There's some like, you know, 40-year-old TRT, you know, juiced up guys there for sure.
Dude, those are honestly my least favorite roles.
Oh, it's like, always it's never a fun round when you go with them, you know.
Especially because like I train mostly in the gi, and it's like these TRT dudes, whenever they get a hold of your grips or like like anything, and it's just like they'll die with this, and I'm like, oh my god, bro, let's move a little, let's get some movement going.
There's this one guy, Billy. I hope him and Seth see this, but yeah, there's this one guy, Billy. And the worst part about
like
it,
the partner guy.
Seth, like the other co-owner of B Team, he it's actually his friend Billy, who we met in Puerto Rico, but me and Seth always talk about it. He's always like asked us to go first round, and he's like, oh, you know, let's go light, and he's like, a bit older guy, and he's on TRT and stuff, and he's super strong, not like huge, but like 190-ish around there.
Yeah,
and he's like, oh, let's go light. And the first thing he always does is just smack on a super hard collar tie. He's like super stiff. He gets you into the half guard and he's just squeezing his legs as hard as he can. It's like, it's never a fun round.
Yeah. So what do you do in that situation when somebody comes up to you and says they want to go light and then they clearly start going hard? Do you just start killing them, or?
It depends who it is. Billy, I'm friends with, and like, you know, we banter back and forth and stuff like that. So I'm like, I think it's funny when he does it. If it's like a random person I've never met, and they just like they do that, yeah, I'm gonna go hard and kind of make their life miserable for that round.
Yeah.
Like you, also it's like you can go hard with me, but I have a problem when people are so tense, they're like vibrating and they're just like holding on to things. I'm like, this is just wasting your, like, this isn't even good, you know?
Yeah, it's kind of not good for anybody.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just like a super rough round. I'm getting my face scratched, getting hit. Like that's the kind of rounds that piss me off. If you're like a random person and you just go hard and you're not being a spaz or anything like that, I'm perfectly fine with it.
Gotcha.
It's like, man, it's like obviously there's something great about like scoring a goal or scoring a touchdown or you know, like pinning somebody in wrestling. Like those are awesome things. Mm-hmm. But there's nothing like just choking somebody, just choking them to where they have to say, please stop. Like that is just like the ultimate. Like that's just like the coolest thing about jiu-jitsu is that you just fucking choke them.
Yeah. To be honest, my favorite thing to do in those situations is to just pass their guard and then lock up a crossface where I just kind of like, instead of locking up in the shoulder, I'll lock like wrist to wrist in the middle of their back. It's kind of like putting a lacrosse ball in the middle of their back and then having someone push down on your shoulders. Mm-hmm. And I will just sit there, I'll rotate my hips, and I'll just cross-face them for like 3 minutes straight.
Yeah.
And yeah.
It's kind of like a good, like, I got to put you in timeout here for a second.
Yes, exactly.
And like, I know this sucks for you, and it's almost a little excessive. Like, I don't need to do it there, but like, you kind of asked for that by bringing that energy. Yeah. So like, let's just sit and think about what we're doing for a minute.
Yeah.
You know?
That's how you know I'm angry in a roll is if I do that.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Good to know. If you start doing that to me, if we roll, I'll tell you sorry. Yes. Like, I didn't mean to, bro. Yeah. Whatever I did, I didn't mean to.
Yes.
There was one time I had a guy, we trained at Paragon, I think I already mentioned that, but mostly in the gi too. But there was this dude who's like a new dude, never met him before, but he's a big dude, like just like kind of like I don't know if it was his first day or first week or what, but you know, jiu-jitsu attracts weirdos, like any martial art.
Y'all got a little bit in it.
Yeah, of course. That's why we do it. And but this guy was a little too far on the weirdo scale, you know.
Yeah.
But he like I'm drilling with him, and it's like I think maybe like a Saturday morning class, you know, just like what I expect is like a chill, like I'm just kind of having fun, you know, just like messing around on a Saturday morning, and I'm like kind of just drilling lazy with him, and he doesn't know anything or any moves at all to begin with, and he's doing it all wrong and stuff. But like I don't know, I'm not like I'll just let him do it wrong. I don't really care. And then when I'm drilling it, he's like, "You wanna do it for real? Like actually, how about you do this technique and start trying?" And I'm like, "What?" I was like, "What?" Like I was shocked, and he was just like, "Yeah, let's do it for real." And he started clapping in my face. It was like seated versus Stanley, like maybe like a De La Hiva technique or something. So whenever I would like go to start doing it, he would like clap and be like, "Do it serious. Come on, get serious." And I was like, "What?"
Yeah, that's pretty weird.
Dude, he turned to me and he was like, "Listen, man, I'm trying to be like, you know, The Rock when I have to, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, nobody move me, and I'm trying to be like water like Bruce Lee when it comes to that too." And he was dead serious. And I was like, "Bro, man, I feel like I'm on a prank show."
Yeah, that's
not the vibe, bro. That's not the vibe. It's Saturday morning.
And honestly, I was kind of at that moment, I was like, this dude's going to come back with the freaking something in his book bag, dude. Like, I was like freaking out. I was like, this guy's got a book bag in his trunk. He's going to walk back in just to take care of it.
100%. Yeah, we've definitely had scares at B Team like that for sure.
Jeez. Like, whenever I started rolling with him, it was in the gi, and I just immediately, as fast as I could, took his back, got double lapels like under his arms, you know, and just like pulled him back like this and just stayed there. Like, I was like, I'm literally just hanging out back here for the rest of this 6-minute round. I'm not moving a muscle, dude. Like, I know you can't do anything to me back here. I don't even want to reset with you. Yes. Like, I just like literally am holding on. And then like, I just went over and like was like, "Hey, do you guys know this guy?" to like some other black belts or some black belts in the gym or something. And they were like, "Yeah, I don't know. He's been kind of weird." And I was like, yeah, he's super weird. I think maybe we should talk to him and like get this guy out here. But that was my number one, like, ultimate weirdo, like not even just like hard roll, because he was going really hard, but he was so bad that it was like didn't matter. But it was just like ultimate weird roll where I was like, yeah, dude, this guy's gonna like remember me forever. I'm gonna end up on a little list or something. So
yes, no,
that was a freaky one
for sure. Yeah.
What you got a story like that from B Team?
I mean, man, we have some crazy ones. I think some of them are literally too serious to actually put out there online and bring it up, because I don't want to stir the pot back up. And you know, you guys, I mean, man, we've had death threats. Like, we've had some real weirdos for sure.
You regret taking white belts in?
No, it's surprisingly.
It's not the white belts. It's
maybe we had one white belt, but surprisingly, yeah. I feel like most of the weirdos kind of just come into like the main classes and stuff. But yeah, the white belt program has been fairly clear.
Okay, nice. Okay. Who runs the white belt program at?
That's actually one of our newly promoted black belts, JB. Yes.
JB Betchloff?
Yeah, JB.
You guys black belt?
Yeah.
Let's go, dude.
Congrats, bro.
I remember watching Daisy Fresh, the series we did at Flow. There's an episode from 2019, Nogi Worlds, and JB's on the brown belt podium at 2019. I'm like, my God, this guy's lived a lifetime at brown belt.
I know, yeah. No, it was well deserved, man. JB's super tough. Yeah, he's one of my main training partners. Yeah, he's a really good wrestler, and he's got a really good deep half too, an annoying deep half.
Ooh.
Yeah. He's a cool guy too. Every time I've talked to JB, he's been like the coolest dude.
Super down to earth guy. Yeah,
that's awesome. Congrats to him to hear you guys black belt and shit. That's dope.
Super sick.
But you want to watch some of these subs, Reeves?
I brought a couple other things up. I don't know if you got any other things you've been watching or that's super cool or anything like that. Nicky, we can pull it up. But to figure, this is kind of another thing that just happened at Nogi World. Just curious if you caught Cole Abate's kind of Nogi. I guess not his Nogi debut, but definitely biggest tournament he's won at Nogi.
Yeah, man, he had a great performance. I actually didn't see most of his matches. I saw a clip of him and Gabe Souza, man.
Yeah,
that match looked insane.
It was crazy.
Yeah. Great match.
Super crazy one. It was one of those where, like, you know how IBJJF events are, so many 18 mats, everyone's running around doing whatever. But then whenever they took the mats, it was like on day one of black belts in the quarterfinals, and it was just like the whole place kind of crowded around, just real quiet, locked in. You know how jiu-jitsu fans, whenever they're dialed in, it gets real quiet. Everyone's just kind of like, just like super tuned in. That's kind of was the vibe. It was super cool seeing that match. But.
Yeah.
This is from maybe a semifinal, I believe. This is his semifinal.
Yeah, this is semi.
And, he's been working a lot on his leg locks and stuff like that, it seems like. So, I don't know, I'm just curious to kind of get your take on how he's doing. And you can play this one ever. If that's chill, you can pull it up. Here we go. So, yeah, semifinal match, Nogi Worlds.
Yeah, this is a super nice entry. He's controlling with far hand. He's controlling with hand on his far knee, reverse X, and kind of just pretty much back stepped in. So he's in like a weird variation of reverse X where he's kind of hooked on the near leg. He pushes him down. It's actually the first time I've seen that variation of it. And he hit it like a shoelace ashi too, which I think it's the best way to control cross ashi, where he had his foot tucked underneath. And he just immediately caught that heel. But yeah, I mean, Cole is super impressive, man. I think his leg locks are definitely, one of the best in the world. And I also think that something that he does exceptionally well versus other leg lockers is he pairs it really well with chasing the back and sweeping. A lot of leg lockers you'll see kind of get tunnel vision on the legs, and they don't use like the defensive reactions of the opponent to, either chase the back or come up and sweep. But you see, like, every time that, like, Cole misses a leg lock, he's always looking to either chase the back or sweep off of it. And I think that's something that he does really well that not a lot of other leg lockers do.
For sure. If you want to pull up the all access, it might show a little bit more of the before and after of that. I don't know. Just because it does look like, I'm kind of curious now how he gets in that position and stuff. But
yeah, that was a weird variation of like reverse X. Normally you're hooked in both legs on the far leg there, and you kind of elevate overhead. He was hooked into the near leg, and he almost sits him down towards his butt and then back steps. That was the first time that I've actually seen that done. But yeah, super interesting. I definitely will have to try and play with that in training.
Cole, we did a Fix My Game with him, and he showed like what you're talking about a lot, where he chases the back off of the leg entanglements.
Yeah, like even here, like you can see he's threatening to sit up and chase the back, and he's forcing the guy to push back in to re-enter into the legs. Man, he's really, really good at playing it at that.
It feels like they've really put an emphasis, the AOJ guys, tying in, and it's been playing around with that leg locks and stuff too. Mm-hmm. And seems like Cole is really sophisticated.
No, yeah, Cole I think is the best leg locker out of that team for sure.
Mm-hmm. All right, Pato's pretty good too, I guess. Pato.
Oh yeah, I forgot Pato's there. Yep. I would put
Pato might be
Pato.
Pato, it seems like he's
leg locks. I would put Pato above him, but I do think that he's better at mixing it up between leg locks and sweeping / chasing the back.
Yeah, Pato's been breaking people's stuff.
Dude, he's left and right. He's super dangerous. I feel like there's not many people in the jiu-jitsu world that I'm worried if they enter my legs. I feel like I've never even trained with Pato, but I could tell that he's dangerous, and I definitely would be trying to not let him enter my legs.
Yeah.
Most people I could let enter and kind of counter off of it, but there's some people who I try and avoid letting enter my legs.
Certain dudes just like, you don't even get to touch on these legs. Like, get out of here.
One of them. Mateusz Szczecinski's one of them, where I'm not letting either one of them touch
Mateusz has that he has that boogeyman effect about him, Like I feel like he's the number one dude I always hear people talking about, like crazy stories and just.
I mean, man, he's got the best ankle lock in the world for sure, without a doubt. I don't even think it's close.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
You've trained with him a little bit.
Yeah, I trained with him once. Or no, he visited once.
Yeah.
And he just immediately ripped an ankle lock on me and broke my ankle.
So there's the finish.
What a nut submission. Jeremy Abate, Cole's dad.
Nice. This is like a little nice false entry. Or false reap entry, and then he gets into this position. Yeah, I've never seen that before, man. That's super, super interesting. And he ends up with the other leg across, too, initially. It kind of helps prevent them from turning and hiding their heel immediately. I think that's why he's able to catch it so quick. Yeah, Cole looked super impressive in this tournament, man.
Anybody else out there? I guess just in general, like what kind of stuff have you been playing around with? What kind of techniques, people, anything you've been watching or messing around with in the gym?
Man, to be honest, I actually don't watch too much jiu-jitsu. Like again, if there's a specific, crazy match, I'll tune in and watch it. I kind of more watch just like my own training footage. I think that's more helpful to me. I probably should be watching a little bit more outside stuff to get more ideas like this, but I just have not been as of lately.
I guess just another quick one here that happened at Nogi Worlds was Lucas Valente versus Johnny Grippo.
Oh, wow.
Classic one.
The classic. Wow. He takes his back off of it.
Just goes palm to palm.
It's palm to palm. Yeah, man. I mean, these can get super tight for sure as well. Yeah, that's tough. I didn't even know that this match happened and Gianni got submitted.
Yeah, that was the final.
That's super traditional jiu-jitsu right there for sure.
Yeah.
Close guard sweeped him out. Gianni turns, takes the back, and immediately puts an arm around the neck and gets the sub.
Sometimes you got to play the hits, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, man, that's a really nice sequence right there. Did a great job of chasing the back after Gianni went to turn. Here, like, I feel like Gianni, too, rather than just pulling. I think another reason why I'm able to survive in these rear nakeds a lot, something that a lot of people don't do, is you need to work your shoulder back into the strangle, right? If the hand's completely behind, it just feels super deep and tight. So you don't want to just grab the wrist and pull down. You kind of want to grab the wrist and kind of shimmy your shoulder back and front because it's going to pull his hand down more. If the hand's fully tucked behind the shoulder, it's just super locked in. They'll even wedge it behind your shoulder. So you need to try and grab that wrist and kind of shimmy your shoulder back and front, and that's going to give you a lot more space to just try and breathe.
Gotcha. The good little details there from Nicky Ryan, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of times it's just a terrible position that I don't want to be in. So
yeah, like even when they have it like full figure four, man, I do the same thing where you just shimmy that shoulder in and it buys you so much more time.
Opens up a little of that blood flow, huh? Just enough to kind of keep it alive. You want to get put in you want Reed to put you on fully locked? Yeah, it depends how these Zyns are hitting.
Yeah, I mean, I am already.
I have a feeling Nicky would be able to get out.
But if he couldn't,
I mean, I did get out of J-Rod's.
Yeah, Reed, that's the table's set. You know,
he is bigger and probably stronger than J-Rod. So there is that.
True.
You
Do you think you're stronger than J-Rod?
Thank you for noticing that.
I'm taking J-Rod. I think J-Rod's stronger. No offense.
J-Rod, I actually feel like isn't that like isometrically strong. Neither is Nicky Rod. They're just both very explosive and athletic.
Yeah.
Me too.
Horrible to pin down.
Yes. Yeah. It's just super hard to control, but not like isometrically that strong. Nicky Rod's definitely still strong, but like I think compared to other people at that weight class, I don't think he's as strong.
For sure. All right, how's the sesh hitting?
I like the sesh. It's good. Yeah, it's good. Still, I think I like Zyns and the Lucy's more, but this is close to them for sure.
Okay,
sesh is a little bit more chiller, to be honest. Or at least this one's hitting me a little chiller.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. Like how it's like good for putting in if like you're gonna play a video game or like whatever, just chill at night, you know, because it's just like this. You're just cruising, you know, just kind of cruising with it. So. Do you want to switch out? Should we do another switch up?
Yeah, we'll split it out. Take a little break.
You good on time here, Nicky?
Yeah.
Right. Cool.
What about Ever? Is there a show after this? Is it okay if we go long?
All right, so we got half hour.
All right, we got a half hour. All right. You want to jump into a tier list? Do a little tier list here?
Yes. Yeah. Let's do it.
Which would you rather do? Submissions or guards?
We could start out with submissions.
All right, let's do the submissions. So I want to first give a shout out to Josh Saunders. I saw he did this actually on his YouTube channel. And now, I don't want anybody coming at me saying I stole the idea from him because Nicky was supposed to be on last week and we were going to do this same idea. So it's just parallel thinking here, but definitely shout out Josh. Check out his YouTube if you want to see him kind of do this same tier list thing, but definitely just a fun concept on the internet, you know, the tier list thing.
Yeah.
I'm sure everyone at home is probably familiar with it at this point. You know, S tier is kind of like the top tier, best of the best, and then it goes down in ranking from there. But we can change the names of the tiers or anything like that if you want to. You know, I don't know if there's like Nicky Ryan God tier or you know. But
that's a good tier list.
All right, where should we start out? Should we knock out some kind of traditional ones first on this list?
I think okay. Rear naked S tier for sure.
Right.
Absolutely.
S tier.
That's
all right.
That's going to be the best. I think honestly, rear naked and guillotine are going to be S tier. I think those are the two. Probably most hit submissions and highest percentage submissions.
So rear naked choke, and what did you say? Guillotine?
Yeah, guillotine.
Where's the guillotine?
I think it's an MMA picture over on the far right, second row.
Yes,
second.
yeah,
This one?
right up there.
Yeah. I can't tell who that is for sure. It kind of looks like Hodger, but
Looks
I don't
like
know.
Gabriel Gonzaga.
Yeah.
But I don't know. All right, so these are the two S tier ones. Guillotines.
Those will be S tier.
Rear naked choke.
Man, it's tough. There's a lot of good.
What about
There's a lot of good submissions. This is a hard one.
Triangle.
Triangles also, man, it's so hard because
We can't go all S.
I know. We'll put triangle underneath because that one does require some flexibility sometimes and stuff. You know, we can go A tier with that one.
Okay.
I think Anaconda will be A tier as well.
Oh, okay.
Is this Anaconda?
Yeah, that's Anaconda.
What's
That's S tier, you said?
A. We'll go A. 'Cause we
Whoops.
can't really put everyone in S tier.
Yeah.
I feel like you kind of like S tier. I feel like should really only be rear naked and guillotine.
I think in a perfect world, if we've perfectly nailed this tier list, and we can do however we want, we make the rules, you know, but nobody else is doing this much Nick, you know, so they don't have the brain power we got. But it should like look like kind of like a curve, you know, because like B and C should be the most common, ideally, like average. But yeah, no. Imagine we do only S tier subs.
How about this one here?
Baseball bat choke.
Nicky, baseball back choke.
Oh man, it's gonna be hard to.
How much do you mess with this baseball back choke?
I've never hit a baseball bat choke in my life, so it's hard to put input on that. I'll probably leave that one more up to you guys.
We'll put it on E tier then.
I mean, you know, if we're going no gi, all the gi ones are gonna be in E tier. You know?
my brother Zach, he just started training. He's a white belt, and he challenged me. He swore that he would be able to submit me with a no-gi baseball bat choke, and I was like,
no gi. Oh,
I was like, brother, we can go to a gym right now, fully locked. I was on my Nicky Rod shit. I was like, fully locked.
Do you think you finished it? Do you think you finished it, or do you think Trey got out?
No, I just immediately just pushed his elbow and got out. Yeah. But my brother, we talked about this on the podcast we did last, and my brother was all mad at me. He's like, "What are you talking smack for?" And he was competing at just like a local event, AGF in Tulsa, Oklahoma this weekend, and he's like, "I'm gonna put baseball bat choke in an envelope." He's pulling your brother's, and I'm gonna hit on somebody. And I think he ended up finishing one in the gi, so he's feeling like the man right now.
Nice.
But no chance he could finish me with one in the gi either, though. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's almost Majid Hage only tier.
Yeah. You know? No, if Majid hits it, it's S tier. But
toe hold.
Where do toe holds land?
I feel like toe holds are more like maybe C tier.
C tier. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like toe holds against good people. Don't get me wrong; they can work. They can definitely break people.
Yeah.
But I feel like against good people, it's hard to stop the rotation. So I think we'll go C tier on that.
If you're going against a meow brother.
Yeah. I mean, leg locks are all C tier, even if you break them.
Yeah.
It's not gonna work. That's why I don't think any leg lock will be S tier, because it's like it has to be like a strangle. You know, like it's like no matter what, a strangle will end the match.
But you know, I feel like these days, like you used to see people finishing guillotines in the UFC and MMA all the time. Now you never see people, or you don't see it as much, people finishing guillotines.
Guillotines, yeah, I agree, but
no, I agree. It's S tier. I
think it's S tier just because it's like I still it's just any strangle. I think for the most part is going to be, and those are the easiest ones to get to. I guess not rear naked, but that's still the highest percentage one.
Yeah.
Guillotine, you need to have a good strangle from the back and a good strangle from the front, in my opinion.
Guillotine also, to me, just has some juice right now because Kynan just like unloaded guillotines to win double gold. So it's kind of like, all right.
A person with a good guillotine, it's very hard to do something against them. Dude, another person, honestly, one of the best guillotines I've ever felt in the world is Patchy. Patchy Mix, the Bellator champ.
Oh, really?
Dude, yeah, like, man, if as long as, I mean, I didn't really try and leg lock him, but who knows, his leg lock defense could be very good, I'm not sure. I was mainly just trying to wrestle and just do, like, more MMA style jiu-jitsu with him, because it's not going to really benefit him to just pull guard and try and leg lock him, right?
Yeah.
But, man, that guy has some really good jiu-jitsu for MMA, some of the best that I've felt, to be honest, like, if he ever decided to make a transition to jiu-jitsu, I think that he could do extremely well.
That'd be sick.
Yeah.
It would be cool if we saw more MMA specific dudes coming back the other way and going deeper into like jiu-jitsu competition, you know? Obviously we get that a little bit, but just more and more as the sport grows, more money and everything, it's like it'd be cool to keep seeing that. A lot of these guys switch over.
Yeah, I want to see him make a transition to the UFC eventually, man. I mean, even Marab has gone out and said he's like, my toughest matchup in MMA would be Patchy. He's like, but Patchy's in a different organization, so I don't need to worry about it. They train together all the time and stuff. And I think it's like super, you know, competitive between the two of them. But yeah, man, Patchy, if he ever wanted to make that transition to jiu-jitsu, I think he could do super well.
Nice.
Where's armbar go?
Yeah.
Armbar, I feel like we'll go B tier.
B?
Yeah.
Okay. I think you got to move baseball bat up from E to D, because it is like if you get it, it's like it does.
Yeah, I think we could put bow and arrow and maybe S tier as well.
I agree. Bow and arrow is like the dude in the gi. Nothing sweeter than a bow and arrow.
Yeah, man. Like that's just one that's super hard to get out if it's fully locked in.
Where'd you put armbar B? Just because there's so many escapes and
there's so many escapes.
Can't armbar J-Rod.
And yeah, it is really hard to finish. I think B. Like I think it's a lot harder to escape a fully locked triangle than it is to escape a fully locked armbar. You know. All
right, we're jumping up to the dip 12 here.
I was going to say, we got to jump into the 12s.
We got to.
Boy, alrighty.
This will get us through the submission tier list. This one,
I smelt it.
I know, this one's gnarly kind of, to be honest. Like
we'll see how long I can keep this in for.
Really? Okay.
This one might just be like gas. I don't know.
We'll see.
But.
All right, how about, let's go heel hook. What is this, outside heel hook looks like?
Yeah.
Heel hook, yeah, I would say
that's the kid himself, Nicky Ryan.
I know. We got to go S tier just because it's me now. I think A tier. I think
outside heel hook.
Maybe B tier. Maybe we'll go B.
We'll
go B tier for outside. And the thing too is, it's going to be a lot of preference in this. Yeah. Like me personally, I hit a lot more outside heel hooks than I do inverteds, but inverteds are a lot more devastating. So I would put inverteds above outside, so maybe we'll go outside B and then inverted A.
That's inverted, right? That's
yeah.
For non-leg locker talk, is inverted and inside? Are those like synonymous?
Inverted. Yep.
Okay.
Knee bar, I think also A.
Okay.
This is
it's hard not to give a lot of these at least.
I know, because it's like you to put any of these fully locked in, they're hard to get out of.
Omoplata,
I think D.
D tier.
For no gi, I think D. I think it's a lot more effective in the gi. It can still be effective in no gi, but no gi, I think it's D tier. Buggy, I think that's a C tier, even though it is very effective. That's another submission that it's kind of hard to get to, and it requires a lot of flexibility and kind of long limbs as well. Like I'm still pretty flexible, and I cannot lock up a buggy on pretty much anybody.
I'm gonna be honest. I you're the expert, but I feel like C might even be high for it, just because it is like such a few select group of people can actually pull off the buggy. Even if you can get into it, it's like I could get into a buggy, but I can't I don't actually have the flexibility enough to fully cinch it.
Yeah,
so
I think D.
D?
Yeah, I think D.
D tier.
Fair enough.
Okay, I mean, Ben Eddie's going to hate me for this, but
no.
in Dulatine, I think we got to go E, just because...
I think this is what I think we should do here.
Don't get me wrong, he can be effective. Ben Eddie does a great job with it, but it's like there's so select few people who can hit it because of the flexibility issue.
There we go, Reed. Put a new tier and put only Ben Eddie.
Yes.
And the Hindulatine is only Ben Eddie tier.
Yeah.
I do not think there's anyone else I've ever seen do a Hindulatine. I'm sure there is out there on some 10th planet qualifier or something, but Hindulatine is only Ben Eddie tier. That's he gets his own special category there. And then we'll do E tier for I guess something bad. But what about Smother? I see Smother on there. Where would you put Smother?
I feel like we could put, even though people still hit it at a high level. I think that's E tier, to be honest.
Whoa.
No love for the Smother.
Yeah. Just because even the main people that kind of hit it, I feel like even they say that it's mainly a tool to just get the bottom person to move and expose something else.
Yeah.
It's just really works when the person on bottom doesn't know how to respond. The thing is with a smother, if you're able to just turn your face an inch or two, it's not going to work. It's only going to work if you're fully square. So if you just give like a super strong bridge and you turn, it makes it hard. It's going to open up other things. They can start elevating elbows, pinning wrists down, things like that. But yeah, like I would put that E tier, even though it is. I mean, all of these submissions can be effective, obviously. For sure. But
yeah, I mean, all the submissions are the top tier of some other tier list, so we just got to break out the best of the best into, I guess, best to worst. But was this Kimura?
Kimura, I think that would be, man, either B or C, I think. We already have a lot in A. I don't want to just stack them up there. What do you guys think, B or C?
I don't know. It's a powerful submission for sure.
It is.
When you lock it in.
The thing too is the legs Kimura. I forget what other people call it.
Terracoplata.
Is that it? What's the Barada? What's the different? What's Barada Plata?
Barada's the other way, I think. Okay. So you can see a picture of the Terracoplata, the guy in the black gi.
That's gonna be above standard Kimura.
Okay.
Oh,
that's gonna be above it.
Sick.
That's just it's more powerful. So yeah, I think we do that. I think we go Kimura C. Perfect. And that one B.
I like a Kimura. I like that Kimura trap, like hunt in the back with the Kimura. I do like a Kimura.
I think Kimura is honestly even just more effective as a way of getting to the back than it is a submission.
Yeah.
That's why I'm putting it in C for just submission. I feel like you don't really see too many Kimuras hit at like ADCC and stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's just a problem with rolling.
Marigali got one first round against Marcin. That's the only one I can think of off the.
And he hit one against Enrico Ciccone.
Yeah. Different beast there with Marigali though, but what about the Dars? So we have Anaconda pretty high up. Where would you put the Dars?
I would put the Dars just under Anaconda, to be honest.
Should they both be A, or should Dars move down to B?
I think that they should maybe both be A. I just think Anaconda's easier. It requires. Like, you don't need to have as long arms to do Anacondas. Okay. Don't get me wrong. People with short arms can still do Darces for sure. It's just a bit harder. But Anacondas, I hit Anacondas pretty often.
Gotcha. All right, what else we got on there? Reach,
How about the north-south choke?
Yeah.
Man, I have tried to play around with the north-south choke, and maybe I just absolutely suck at them. But I've never once hit a north-south choke, nor have I ever been north-south choked. Maybe the people in my training group, we just all suck at it. But for me, I'm going to go D tier on north-south choke.
Well, I do remember just from back in the day, I used to go to New York all the time and hang out with you guys in Henzo's and train and go to Marcelo's and go to Unity and stuff. I used to go there all the time, and I got to take a couple classes with Marcelo, and I do remember Marcelo saying that he thought that the north-south choke was higher percentage than the rear naked choke. He thought that the north-south choke was a better choke than the rear naked choke.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I've never trained with Marcelo, nor has he ever taught me north-south choke. I'm sure if he did it to me, it'd probably be a different story.
Yeah.
But in my personal experience with my training group and training at seminars, stuff like that, I've never once been able to hit it. Again, I suck at them. But yeah, I've never been able to hit it, nor have I been north-south choked.
Fair enough. D tier it is.
D tier.
What about cross choke from Mount? This is a gi specific one, but kind of a legendary gi one.
Yeah, I mean, Hodger killed it with that. Again, I'm not going to be the most accurate on these inputs, but I would say either A or B.
Should we put it in only Benetti?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is one that definitely hurts to not put real high, I feel like, I don't know, but
yeah.
Cross-choke is tough. It is tough to finish sometimes.
True.
You get a real stubborn guy or something. This can be.
This might be similar.
Not for Roger Gracie.
I was going to say, this might be similar to North-South, where it's like B for most people, but like if you put Hodger in the mix, it's like above S tier,
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Straight ankle.
Straight ankle, probably C tier.
Ooh.
Dang.
Again, can be super effective. All of these, if you put in the right person's hands, can be super effective. Mateusz Szczecinski, it's going to be S tier.
Yeah.
But for average person, probably C tier. Also, the thing with it is, especially in high-level competition, is a lot of times people will just kind of let their ankles break.
Yeah.
And not tap and just keep going.
That's why the chokes are.
That's why the chokes are more S tier. Yeah. I would say.
What about the arm triangle then?
Arm triangle, I mean, maybe B. Maybe B. What do you guys think?
I think arm triangle, obviously at the highest level, it's like you see a lot of arm triangle finishes, but it is one where it's like there's a route to get out of the arm triangle.
Yeah,
like
the problem with it is turning and like exposing your back.
Yeah. You can do the telephone, but obviously like you can kind of choke somebody through that, but like really got to give your back to really get out if it's super bad.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I guess it's like in that school of thought, like getting your back taken is also bad, but it's like you didn't get submitted. So
yeah.
I don't know.
It's always better to expose your back.
I would be fine with probably B or C maybe.
B or C.
Because we do have a lot in B. I don't know. What do you think, Reed?
I kind of quit doing the arm triangles, to be honest. It's been a while since I
gave up on them.
Yeah, I gave up on them, to be honest. I just didn't like. I just don't like the. I like it to be like a sweet finish, right? And like I feel like the arm triangle is never quite like a sweet finish.
I don't hit too many arm triangles. I honestly hit what do they call it, the rotolotine more, right? Where it's kind of off at like a more of an angle.
Yeah.
I kind of hit that more. Like
do you wrap the other arm back around their head?
Yeah, I'll lock a full figure four.
I finished those more as well.
I hit those more than standard arm triangles.
It feels like you're just getting the same thing you're accomplishing with an arm triangle, but just like with some more freaking spice on it. Like really just like like if you get your hand over here and you can kind of like almost push their head over your arm, and just kind of like sucks. But, so I like the ruotolotine quite a bit though. What else we got? Do the Peruvian necktie. How about Peruvian necktie?
Peruvian necktie, I feel like that's got to be, it's got to be pretty low on the list, man. Like, when's the last time you saw a Peruvian necktie hit in competition?
Yeah.
To be honest, I think we go probably E tier.
Dang, no love for the Peruvian necktie.
Somebody hit one recently, to be honest.
Michael Pixley. Pixley's been. Don't
get me wrong. Any of these
we know
are gonna be
in the right hands.
Yeah, but I would have to say E tier.
We're just trying to make sure you get more shit for this tier list than you do for the Zyn.
Yeah, we gotta cover up what we did with this Zyn thing.
Yeah.
But all right, what else you got here?
Calf slicer.
Calf slicer. I feel like that's got to. Man, those are kind of hard to hit.
That one could be only Benetti too.
Yeah, Chris Wojcik.
True.
Chris Wojcik's got a good calf slicer. He does it differently than what's showed here. He does it with the arms a lot more. But man, I feel like that's gonna be maybe D tier.
Okay.
I'm gonna put an E tier.
E tier, yeah.
Man, after watching Joe Durkeisen break Trator's leg with a calf slicer at Nogi Worlds, that kind of.
I mean, Mikey hit one too on Gabe Souza. But again, that's another one you don't see that.
Was that Lucas Barbosa on Joseph Chen?
Oh yeah. That was
right?
also a calf slicer.
Wow.
That was like more Wojcik style with the arms.
Yeah, that's right.
How about S-mount armbar? That's the one on the far right with Lachlan there.
S-mount armbar. Okay. That one's harder to get to, but I think more effective than a standard armbar.
Mm-hmm.
More effective than a standard armbar. Okay, cool.
I think a fully locked S-mount. I mean, it may also be B tier, just maybe ahead of the standard armbar. I think that one's kind of... Yeah, like, I mean, the thing is that there's no hitchhikering out, there's no reverse hitchhiker out, and you're just carrying their body weight the entire time.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, someone that's really good at it is actually my brother, Gordon. I think he hit it against Hillbilly. And that one, I mean, man, it's so hard to get out of.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
All right, picking up Twister. What about Twister?
Yeah.
Twister's going to be either D or E, I think.
Dang, dude. Eddie Bravo's going to...
I know.
He's going to be your next death threat at B team.
Yeah, but that's another one you don't see. Like, I don't think there's a single Twister in the last ADCC, you know?
Yeah, I'm sure there wasn't.
So maybe E tier with that one.
Fair enough. We got some gi ones on there, Reed. You want to rip them?
Is that a loop choke?
It's a loop choke,
choke?
That's all you boys.
Loop choke, we're going, I don't know, I guess S tier?
I mean, loop choke is like...
No, I'm just kidding.
I would maybe B. Like, I don't know. You don't see it get finished. If it's like, in the way it's pictured there, if you get to there, yeah, that guy's going to die.
Yeah, it's like Alessandro Vieira or something.
100%.
Yeah.
But, like, other than that, it's probably going to be like... It's not that hard to get out of a loop.
I feel like I'm going to put it in the C tier. Yeah.
Fair enough. And then Ezekiel choke. That's got some no-gi crossover.
No, yeah. I mean, and Nogi, I don't think is. I mean, I have been submitted with Nogi Ezekiel.
Oh yeah, who got
Craig,
you with that?
Craig. The worst part about it is this is when he like kind of first got to Henzo's, and everybody was getting Nogi Ezekiel by him, and I'm like, you guys, I'm like, you guys all suck. I'm like, you guys are terrible. How are you getting Nogi Ezekieled? And then there was one day where I trained with him. And I think it was maybe during COVID and stuff, so it wasn't like a full class. It was just like the small group of pros. And he Nogi Ezekieled me. And I was so angry, especially because I had just, talked a bunch of shit about all the people that got Nogi Ezekieled. And he Nogi Ezekieled me. And normally at the end of every class, we walk up, shake John's hand, say thank you. I just immediately walked off the mat, went and showered, and just drove an hour and a half home in my car, no music on.
Silent,
angry. I was like, I can't. I was like, wow, I'm really bad.
That radio off drive, that one hits different.
Yes.
Just thinking about what you did.
It's like 2 hours home, man.
What is this, like a straight arm crush type thing, or what is this?
I think that's like a straight arm lock.
Yeah, I feel like that's gonna be E tier. I feel like we rarely ever see those.
Yeah.
I think Americano's on there too. Where would you put it?
Americano also E tier, I think.
Yeah. That doesn't seem like one that you really get submitted with after you train for like 5 months.
What is this one? I can't quite see. Like
which one?
This one all the way to the left.
That's a wrist lock.
Oh, wrist lock. Gotcha.
Yeah. Oh man, E tier.
E tier on the wrist lock?
No love for the wristies?
Yeah.
You're not getting into wristy business?
There's a lot in E tier. Wow.
Yeah, it turns out we hate submissions actually. And then this last one's just a zipper choke, like from the back, which I feel like is a perfect like C. I don't know, just a standard gi choke from the back.
Let's scroll up.
Let's look at what we've done here.
Maybe move some things around. All right, so S tier, rear naked, guillotine, bow and arrow. Do you think we need any more in S tier there?
That looks pretty good. Let's see what's in A. A's triangle, heel hook, outside heel hook, knee bar, Darson anaconda. They're pretty consistent.
Yeah.
And then we have B. We have
arm bars.
S mount arm bar.
Yeah. Got the outside heel hook in B.
Terrico Plata's in B. I do kind of like that one.
Yeah, Terrico Plata is really good, man. Somebody that's really good at it is. Yeah. It's a problem.
It also just shreds your shoulder. Like it's like
it's hard to fight. Yeah, it's really hard to fight.
I mean, it's just a kimura with the power of your legs involved.
Yeah.
You can also, people who are crafty with it, it's like you can either trick someone and then it's like, haha, you're in this and you had no idea till it's too late, or like you get caught and it's like, God damn it, like there's no way for me to get out now. Just rolling around like an idiot, but like going nowhere.
Yes, yeah.
And then C, we got toe hold, kimura,
straight ankle,
zipper choke, arm triangle, loop choke. This feels like the definitive list that no one could possibly argue with.
Yeah, hey. Honestly, this looks pretty good. I think this is a pretty solid list in my opinion. Yeah.
Only Ben Eddie tier. I feel like that helped us out. You know that one.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is the official submission tier list, the only accurate one ever, and there's literally nothing anyone can say or do to argue with this. We gotta.
But in case you want to argue,
maybe calf slicer to D tier.
Okay.
Just because you do kind of see that one hit a bit in high level competition. I feel
where are we at? Where's calf slicer?
It's E, the third one.
Okay, you want to move up?
I think that's maybe D tier.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right. How's this dip 12 hitting you?
It's good. It wasn't as strong as I thought it would be.
Yeah, not too crazy.
I feel like this is some knockoff stuff, to be honest with you. There's no way this is 12. If this was a Zyn 12, we would be like, we'd probably poop our pants. I don't know. But yeah, is there anything else, Nicky? Before I feel like we're getting probably over on time here, But
I mean, no, not much else to say. I mean, check out our B Team YouTube channel. Buy our merch. We got a bunch of new Street X B Team merch. This stuff's sick. It's honestly some of my favorite merch that we've put out. We got Submeta. Check that out. And thank you guys.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for coming on. Always great having you. Reed, you
seen any good movies this year?
Oh.
Best movie you saw?
I saw Smile too.
Oh, dude, I saw that too the other day.
I actually like that.
No, it's great.
I feel like it's, as of lately, there hasn't been too many good horror movies coming out in these past few years. And I liked Smile too. I liked that it was kind of unpredictable.
Yeah.
And yeah, I saw that in theaters. The jump scares definitely got me a few times, you know?
Me too. I went and saw it just a couple weeks ago with some friends, and like, yeah, the couple jump scares definitely got us, and like the ending's fucking crazy. The ending's sick.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, this is kind of older, but the Dune movies, dude, those are so good, man.
Those are good.
Those are
you watched the new Dune series?
I literally just started that.
I almost started it last night.
I just started that last night. I watched
good?
the first episode. It's hard to say. It's the first episode, so it's, you know, they're always kind of be slow, but it's like the prequel to it. It's supposed to have happened like 10,000 years before Paul Atreides was born or something.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I mean, the Dune, I'd never read the books or anything, but the movies were sick. I absolutely loved them. Some of my, all-time favorite movies. So yeah, I just started watching that, and I like, even though, I don't know, it's not very eventful so far, but yeah, I feel like if you're into Dune and you kind of want to know the backstory, because like the first time I watched Dune, I was like, I'm so confused. I'm like, I have no idea what's going on. After I watched the second one, everything made a lot more sense. But it's good to just kind of know the backstory of everything.
Yeah.
I like that actor there, the guy from Vikings there, who played Ragnar Lothbrok in Vikings, but I think he's like he's the cool looking guy in the Dune series.
Okay.
Dune series.
Nice. You came across him yet, the cool looking guy?
I think I know who you're talking about, yeah.
Yeah. Are you a big horror movie buff then?
Big horror movie buff. I don't watch too many horror movies, to be honest. I go through phases where like I'll just watch a bunch of horror movies randomly. But yeah, Smile 2 was good.
Yeah.
It was,
I do like
Damien
that.
recommended it to me, and I went and saw that, and I liked it.
Yeah. No, that one was sick. What about music? Are you a big music guy? Are you listening to new albums and stuff? What was the best album you listened to in 2024?
Oh man, I honestly have not added any new music to my playlist this past year.
Okay.
Yeah, I have not listened to much music. Another thing I go through, I listen to like everything except for country. I don't like country music, but I literally listen to everything: EDM, classic rock, like rap, hip hop, everything.
I gotta bring you out to the White Horse or Broken Spoke or something like that for a good, good two-stepping show, good country show.
I'm sure I'd love that.
Yeah. All right. I'm just curious what kind of media you're consuming outside of Jiu-Jitsu and stuff.
I haven't been listening to like too much music lately, to be honest.
Gotcha. Sometimes it ebbs and flows, as it does.
Yeah.
I like that new Knocked Loose album. If you're looking for a good, kind of like hardcore album that came out this year,
Nice.
That's probably one of the best albums.
Demon Slayer too. The last season of that.
The anime?
That came out. Yeah. Dude.
Okay.
Oh my god, that show's so good.
Okay, I haven't seen it.
I'm a big anime person for sure.
It's a show called Demon Slayer?
It's a show called Demon Slayer. Yeah.
Okay.
The first season is like kind of whatever. It's good. I liked it still, but as the show goes on, it gets crazier and crazier. Now they're done with putting the show out. They're gonna finish it, I think, with like 3 movies that are gonna be in theaters now. But dude, I'm so excited for that. It's like getting towards the end where like it's just all the fights, like the movies are just gonna be like all fight scenes. Because I kind of spoiled it for myself too. I do that a lot. I'm like too impatient to wait for the actual show to come out, so I'll start like reading the manga and stuff. So I did spoil that for myself, but that's something I'm super excited for it to come out.
A lot of crossover of anime in the jiu-jitsu world, huh?
Yeah, there is.
Jiu-jitsu guys like anime.
Dude, yeah. I'm super big. I mean, I grew up watching like Dragon Ball Z and stuff, and then I kind of got more into anime once I moved to Austin. Actually, is when I started watching more.
Nice.
I know we're wrapping up just real quick, so we got the FloGrappling Awards here coming out here in the next couple weeks and stuff. We're going to be nominating, best grappler of the year, female, male, best submission, best match and everything like that. Just curious, kind of who you think maybe had one of the best years, on the mats.
Ooh, that's I mean, I feel like breakout grappler of the year might be Pixley. Because of that ADCC run, he huge breakout performance for him.
Yeah.
But man, overall, best year, that's tough to say. I mean, who do you guys think?
I mean, Nicky Rod obviously had a pretty good year.
Nicky Rod had a great year.
Nicky Rod had a big year.
Mika hit the Super Grand Slam.
Mika Galvao.
Kind of just like...
Yeah, Mika won ADCC, yeah.
And all the IBJJF majors.
Yeah.
Pato had a pretty big year, too.
Yeah, Pato did.
On the female side, I think like Adele Fornerino, kind of just insane, double gold. ADCC.
That's also true. Yeah, Adele.
Yes.
Yeah, Adele's definitely in the mix for that. But yeah.
Yeah, so those will be coming out soon. We're gonna start dropping the nominees and everything, and so everybody watching at home, keep an eye out for that. But go check out the B Team YouTube channel. You know, some great content dropping over there. You know, we might drop a copyright claim on it. That was an accident. It was an automated thing. All right, our hands are clean here, I swear. But so yeah, so go check that out. Follow Nicky on Instagram. You know, like you said, Submeta. I've been recently watching a bunch of Submeta. Super great stuff on Submeta from the B Team and from Lachlan. You know, just a great platform and everything to learn a lot of jiu-jitsu and start getting, you know, moving these. If these subs are E tier for you, go watch Submeta and bump them up to at least a D or a C tier, you know. But
yes.
Thanks everybody for watching. Hopefully you liked this episode, and you know, maybe on Instagram or something we'll drop the official nicotine rankings. So thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.